Welcome to our aTech channel. As our subscribers know, we always present exciting videos about the world of technology. Today, we're going to talk about a special topic on the future of electric cars. A new battery technology may change the range of these vehicles. Specialists present solid-state batteries as the future, but how is this possible? Before we answer that, subscribe and enable notifications to receive our updates. Let's get started. Many countries already prepared to take fossil fuel cars off the road. In fact, the end of the gasoline and diesel cars is already scheduled for 2035 in Europe. We know the reason fossil fuels have a negative impact on the environment. They are largely responsible for the emission of CO2 in the atmosphere. Faced with this problem, more and more countries are turning to electric cars. They're considered more environmentally friendly because they do not emit greenhouse gases. They work with an engine powered by an electric battery. Its operation is simple, but despite all these advantages, these vehicles still fail to appeal to most people. Worse, statistics show that nearly 1 in 5 electric vehicle owners are reverting to internal combustion engines. So why the turnaround? There are several reasons for this shift, but the most cited is the range they offer. Unlike internal combustion engines, electric vehicles draw their energy from the electric battery. In other words, the higher the capacity of the battery, the greater the range of the car. However, it is not yet possible to achieve this with the type of battery we currently have. This is practically true of the lithium-ion battery, which is most commonly used in electric cars. Many problems have been identified by users. In fact, the lithium-ion battery is limited in terms of autonomy. Owners always have this fear of not reaching their next charging station, but the worries are not limited to the autonomy. Once you get the charging station, it can take minutes or even hours to recharge. All these problems are mainly related to the characteristics of the lithium-ion battery. The lithium-ion battery has made many technologies possible, including electric cars, but ironically, its Achilles heel is what makes it so popular. The lithium-ion battery is known for its ability to store large amounts of energy, but the liquid electrodes that make it work, dangers can come from anywhere. The best known is undoubtedly the thermal runaway, which can lead to an explosion of the battery. This is why lithium-ion batteries can handle a certain amount of energy. In addition, it cannot withstand a rapid change and thus risk exploding. All these problems are considered handicaps to the polarization of electric cars. Many manufacturers are therefore looking for solutions to offer more comfort and autonomy to users. Various solutions have been proposed. Some are realistic and others seem to come from science fiction movies. But a current project has all the characteristics to be considered as a serious answer to this problem. For a few years, researchers have been trying to develop a new type of battery that they call the solid-state battery. Its main characteristic is that it works with solid electrolytes. At first glance, the difference is at the state of electrolytes. But this small delay is the key to a better autonomy and a fast recharge. To better understand this feat, we need to look at the characteristics of a solid-state battery. The solid-state battery has some components as any other battery. There is the anode, the cathode, and the electrolyte. However, this is a solid-state electrolyte. These three components are compressed into 3 flat layers. Already, in this arrangement, a great advantage can be gained. These flat layers make it possible to manufacture lithium-ion batteries that are still small, but with much more stored energy. If you take your smartphone for example, you can increase its autonomy by several hours with the same size of battery. Another aspect should be noted that this battery would use a solid electrode. This can solve several problems encountered in lithium-ion batteries. Indeed, solid-state batteries offer more safety to their users. The risk of explosion with the flammable liquid is almost nil. The same is true for the emission of toxic gases, which no longer occur. But what users are waiting for is mainly the recharge time of the solid-state battery. And yes, you have understood, such a battery can recharge much faster. The reason that this battery is not likely to overheat, even if exposed to more energy, the movement of electrodes through the electrodes is much faster with the solid-state electrolyte. The solid-state battery opens the door to many applications. In general, it can be used in any device that runs on electric battery. It can be equipped with your smartphone, tablet, laptops, and all of your electronic gadgets. But taking into account all of these features, the solid-state battery can solve the problems of electric cars. It could offer more range to cover the same kilometers as a diesel-powered vehicle, for example. In addition, you won't need much time to recharge your vehicle. A few minutes are more than enough for this operation. But this battery is considered a solution for the future. Why is it not yet found on all current devices? Yes, the general public does not yet have a device as such a battery at its disposal. The reason is that this is primarily an emerging technology. The properties of solid-state materials to increase energy density have been known for a long time. However, it is only recently that we have the technology to put this theory into practice. This means that the production cost is still very high. It would cost more than $100,000 to equip electric cars with a solid-state battery. This can be a major barrier to the promotion of these vehicles. In addition to this, the very rare materials and the production method also play an important role in this high cost. Whether it's a liquid or solid-state battery, the production cost is very high. However, manufacturers are spreading the cost of manufacturing the lithium-ion battery over a large supply line. This is made possible by a high demand for this type of battery. However, there are still fewer companies researching the solid-state battery. This is a direct impact of the production cost of the battery unit. The price can reach a colossal figure, but another problem is also encountered by solid-state battery manufacturers. This usually revolves around the choice of materials for the solid-state electrolyte. Since it's still an emerging technology, it is difficult for researchers to say that it is an ideal material. Its manufacturing process gets slowed down for this problem. Manufacturers don't want to make large-scale investments in a project that is still far from perfect. Despite these backdraws, research already shows a willingness to offer a better experience to all users. Prototypes have already been available on some devices. Solid-state batteries have been used to increase the range of electric vehicles. Tests conducted by this technology giant Samsung have achieved 800 kilometers on just one charge. If we compare this to the distance traveled by a car that runs on diesel, we must admit that the future is bright for electric vehicles. However, this is a long way from finding this new technology in your vehicle. Like any high-tech advances, you still have to wait for an event to boost the implementation of good production system. But one thing is certain, with such technological feat, electric car owners will no longer likely go back on diesel or gasoline. This is it, folks. We're coming to the end of our video. If you liked it, feel free to say so in the comments and share it. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications to stay up to date with our videos. Leave us a little blue thumb for our team, and see you soon for another video on aTech.